How dare you? You know, if I was Paul, I would rip
I remember
you
that
a new
Paul
one.
statement, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Shout out
I
to
love
Paul.
you. Shout out to Paul. You're the best. Oh, I got that bug again. I gotta reconnect. But yeah, I think it's a similar kind of thing that OG is going for this time around. They pick the Storm, hard, elusive carry. Scales well through the late game. They have Bloodlust as well on top of that to make him enable him even better. And the panel mentioned several times. Just a Bane. That is the only lockdown.
One of the
So it
heroes
will be
experience some
very tough for them if they don't snowball out of control. They also don't really have the greatest tower pushes. It's just Nature's Prophet. So they're really looking to just like win these lanes extremely hard and then try to just crush afterwards. But their team fight is also not really that great on the side of MidorFeed. So I'm definitely extremely concerned for them in this game.
30 seconds to battle.
See how they can do. Cinder and the boys, they had a tough time in game 1. And I can't imagine it's going to go similarly out of control. Because there is no anti. There is no sort of flash farmer on OG's lineup. Dawn can still definitely be scary, but he's not going to be reaching the 1000 GPM level of resolution anti.
No, more than likely not. But he does have a pretty nice lane matchup if he is versus Ember Spirit. Static Remnant, you pretty much instantly pop the shield for the first 2 levels. Even up to the 3rd level, it's pretty easy to pop that shield. And I'm assuming Jerax is going to start in the mid lane.
Yep.
So that's 74 right click from Shadow Shaman versus a 1 armor Ember Spirit. Should be pretty good. So Hindern will have to start mid. And they're doing these lanes again that I think benefit OG. It's Kezu versus a Broodmother, and then it's Timbersaw versus Centaur.
Look at this as well. Flight and Jerax going immediately for a smoke move. See if they are able to get a catch on anyone. They're heading towards the top lane. Looks like they want to try and set up something for No Town.
You mean for S4?
Oh, sorry, for S4.
That's probably the harder lane. The Centaur versus Timbersaw. Timber, once you get a couple levels into your reactive armor and your Whirling Death, you can just start pushing the lanes out a little bit better than the Centaur. Centaur farms anyway, because you're safe lane control the lane.
Oh, look at this. I mean, at this point, they know he's level 1. They know he only has the reactive armor.
Yep.
And that armor is not going to save him, even with Weehart turning up, trying to help turn things around. He has to be careful himself. Jackal is available, and he's just gone and offered himself up. He's going to go with the the stun back for S4.
He had the
getting
12,
close.
He had the triple decays at the start, so he had that 12 golden strength, and now he's got 20 strength. He's gonna be running a fly. He's got the double mango build too. He's just gonna be right-clicking them. Does a ridiculous amount of damage at the moment. 85 strength, 85 damage. One more hit, the decay. Bye-bye.
Oh, sick. Weehart.
Mid now, Sind gets grabbed by Jerax. Rezo, they go for the kill. Last right click. They find it.
Rezo being able to stand back up as the mid lane was going at the moment. Pretty close between the two. If anything, a bit of an edge for Cancel. He's getting a few more denies. Rezo unable to get those.
Sin's giving them the, I'm going to call it the solo treatment. Just enfeeble them over and over again so you can allow your mid laner to do better. But that is going to make it so No-Tail has a very nice lane bottom. Nature's Prophet cannot deal with these spiderlings at all.
He's doing all right at the moment. It's 7 CS. He's still farming this Nature's Prophet, but as you say,
it gets worse and worse.
Sure. He has to be very careful how close he gets, and we're going to see stuff like this where he just knows he's got a TP out as soon as the spider comes running in.
Yep. Once the Soul Ring comes up, the Broodmother has a very good... I think once he has like Soul Ring and the Blightstone, that's where Nature's Prophet just really suffers. Sind gets a DD rune, so he's going to be able to put a little bit of pressure here onto OG. They don't really want to step up for that. They're going to try to distance themselves, throw right clicks from as far away as possible. Weehart, the Remnant.
We're very low. Yeah, we are relying on the decay and now Cancel.
Soul Ring
forward, yeah. They'll take one. Thinking about running down Resolution, but he can't quite.
Kezu
change a little low.
Actually goes to the jungle rather than even attempting to contest.
I mean, you said it was a tough lane. And
I don't think you can ever leave just an open lane, though. That's not what you want to give to OG on top of them having a Storm Spirit.
But how else could you address this matchup that's sort of been bad? Would you like some TP support stuff? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I was going to say, I'm like, for this, they can't just leave a Brood alone. He'll farm out of control because he farms jungle as well as the whole creep wave every single time. Did No-Tail? Oh, No-Tail actually messed up there. He used the spawn spider link too early, so he didn't actually get it. Still, he'll run out of spiders for the time being. He's back at the mid lane. Now Weehart. This is something people used to do a lot versus Ogre, was the Undying. You just like kind of follow him around and just look at case. And you're one of the few heroes that can actually stand toe-to-toe versus an Ogre. So we have what looks like it's going to be like a Tri versus Tri lane kind of happening in the mid lane mostly. Everyone just playing around. And S4's doing just fine on the Centaur again.
Yeah. And we've, as you say, you know, game 1 S4. Made a lot of stuff happen. Got a very quick blink dagger on the puck. 10 minutes in. See no-tail on the hump for the courier. He wants it. He's not going to get it though.
Jerax and Rezo, Rezo actually gives Jerax his bottle, so Jerax has an invis rune now, so they're going to look for a setup kill here, because Rezo's suffering a bit in that mid lane because of the Bane. Bane Ember Spirit, pretty strong even if there's a dual lane coming up from OG, because Storm is just a weak hero out in laning phase early on. He needs levels to become that powerhouse.
See if they can get anything with that invis rune that he talks about. He's got his eyes on Weeha. Him and S4 could have a shot. It's hard though, this isn't dying. If he turns around and gets a decay.
We need one more.
Yeah.
One more hero.
Make sure they have enough
coming.
burst. There we go. He's going to look towards Kezu. He's the easy kill. Oh, bit decision here. As the Shackles is on one, S4 makes a run for the other, and because of that, Kezu gets away. Weeha's going to be fine, and Jerax is going to end up going down. And, I mean, was that the play really to split up and go for 2, or should they have focused on 1?
I think they focused on 1. I think that had to be let's do that.
And now Fly's in trouble too. Kezu's TP'd in, they're diving him under the tower with Tombstone. Fly is not getting away, surely, with the Treants chasing him. Fly is gone. Weeha is still alive.
Now Jerax as well.
He's in trouble again. The feed train has turned up on top lane for OG as MidorFeed just get kill after kill. Oh dear, what a blunder and a half for OG on that top lane. All off the back of a failed attempt to really kick things off. Going for separate targets and then methodically dying one by one.
They have to be careful of doing that kind of thing. Like we said, the one successful thing for MidorFeed is that they have these like, strong lanes if they just get ran out of this. Undying and Bane, 2 of the stronger supports in laning phase. Nature's Prophet as well. They have the extra treants for the soul rip damage. But yeah, OG can't make those kind of mistakes here.
Dire's middle tower is in the wrong end of business. Bottom tower
Rezo actually gets kicked out of mid lane. He's just jungling now. In the offensive jungle. So Sind Bane putting in work already across the map. Mid and top. And Weeha just stand on. So it's gonna be up to no-tail and S4. Well, mostly it's pretty much all 4 heroes on OG to make space in the red zone. He's gonna need a lot of time to just get back online here. Once he does, though, we've said it multiple times, there's not a great amount of disables coming out from MidorFeed. It's Bane and then the Ember doing chains to catch out that Storm Spirit.
Yeah, we can probably expect to see the Nature's Prophet itemized in a way that...
Yeah.
Well, it's going to involve some sort of Orchid.
Oh, Kezu, he's getting found here by S4, but there's no other rotations
And
coming
we are
up
there.
from OG.
Yeah. It's enough to scare S4 off. S4 can't go for the kill.
Thought we'd have some TP rotations coming out from OG, but no. Instead, TP is coming out from MidorFeed. They're pinging out S4. Cancel. Trying to close the gap. There's still a Stampede at the ready. Holding it as long as possible.
So we'll be fine. Bit of waste of time, if anything, from MidorFeed. They sort of try and chase towards a kill, but it's really impossible to get. Wrap around for no-tail. The spiders in our mid, trying to bring them down with the remnants, but not quite enough damage. The spiders, at the moment, he's just bringing them around in circles. Sort of baiting Cancel away. Cancel continue to try and hunt them with the remnants, but look. OG, no, they're going to stop fussing around the mid lane. They're going to leave their jungle, because Rezo just gets invaded by Weeha and the gang as they walk in and they crush the Storm.
Aggressive ward coming up from Wee. They know that Rezo's jungling since they pushed him out of the lane, so great play them coming up from there. No-tail though, now looking to get some kind of return kills here.
Looking towards Kezu, but Weeha drops the Tombstone down, pops the Mango, gets stunned up by Fly, but they've got the control of no-tail. They buy his way through the tree line, Stampede chase down, they get Kezu. Weeha falling low, they have the lockdown. Weeha, he's going to go down as well. That's what OG needed. Couple of quick kills.
Tomato in the meanwhile taking advantage of this, trying to cut that bottom wave, push the tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under
There's still so much time needed for the Storm Spirit Rezo. He is not where he wants to be at this stage of the game. He needs
Dire's
space.
bottom tower is on its way.
Yeah, he's still behind, but that's where the other two start to come out ahead. You know, S4 is gonna have a very early blink dagger this game, and Notel, if he wants to, can just pick up the Desolator pretty much now. Already
Fearsome
finished
Dire
up.
have fortified their structures.
Bottom. Very important for MidorFeed to take advantage of getting early towers, just like we mentioned. They don't have great tower siege. It's pretty much just Nature's Prophet at this moment, or for quite a long time even. Early tower is very important for them.
Bottom tower is on its way.
Notel, walking these spiders up, looking to put some pressure onto that top tower, and instantly Tomato reacts. So this is where Notel has to back off, go back to jungle and for a bit, or just switch away from that Timbersaw lane.
And then looking towards Cancel, but Cancel, he's fine. Remnants away.
Dire's top tower is under
He's out of there.
attack.
Kezu level 6, going for the drums, of course, after the face. Top MidorFeed grouping up, ready to put some pressure into this tier 1 tower.
Dire's
Kezu
top tower
will join the cause as well.
Yep.
Should be able to claim this tower with no sort of answer from OG.
Good movement. Like I said, they gotta get those early towers. If
Yep.
they can close the gap of the map onto that Storm Spirit, it's a bit rough for Rezo to catch up. Notel, I feel like, has to be getting these split pushes happening whenever MidorFeed goes to threaten one side, he has to threaten the other side, or they can fall very far behind in map control.
Dire's top tower is done for. Radiant's bottom tower has a
Tower.
nasty situation.
Could be able to
See,
find this tier
Radiant
1.
just fortified their
He wants to push. He's being a little careful as he is low. Some of MidorFeed are still off the map.
OG has to bring a lot of heroes to respond to this. Notel bottom, cancel. Stampede coming out, they're looking for mid, we hop.
There's the shackles. Rezo comes in for the glory.
That'll be Blink Dagger finished up on S4, and then they can actually look to set up these kills a lot easier. Because right now they don't have great setup. They have to continue trying to defend these towers too, because they don't have deep push is what I was trying to say. So they need to bring like 2 or 3 heroes each time they want to stop this MidorFeed push. Tomato is very, very, very tough right now to bring down.
They're getting tower after tower here, MidorFeed fly. He has some sort of a lead in, but I mean, Tomato just jumps straight in on him with the chakra and burst down, flags at half health. They'll go forward. Kezu leading the way, had to sprout. The instant cut out of the trees is there, and Fly will be safe, but oh no, left behind will be Jerax. As he gets cut down, they take the tower, get a kill as well. It's looking scary for OG MidorFeed. They've got the lead. And then, Blink Dagger's there. They need something big to stop these sort of pushes, but it's 11 and a half minutes in, and
Really not good for OG.
they may lose a tier 3.
They don't have deep push, they just have Jerax's Aether Shock. Long zip comes in.
It's good who's coming to zip in. We'll take down Weeha. They turn towards Kezu, looking for more. Bloodlusting up Resolution, but a Nightmare's there from Sin. Holds back the Storm. Only be the support going there. Cancels actually coming for the fight. He's got the change on S4. Massive Nature's Wrath comes through. S4 is down. There's the Fire Blast onto Cancel, but Cancel all shackled as well. They get the kill, but look at Tomato. Walking into the midst of them all. Taking down Resolution as well as S4. 2 cores down. And they're losing this tower.
Notel's gone for Radiance.
Let's see what it can do. Give them the rundown, burn down. Cinder puts him in the Nightmare. Nightmare will be taken off. Notel.
No more webs.
Nah, can't continue to chase that. It's looking scary for OG.
That is really, really tough. They have to be quicker on their responses to be able to push out the side lanes. They have to make it so MidorFeed responds to the Broodmother pushes instead of just being able to go high ground like that, because OG does not have great deep push. They have to just go for these big jumps with the Centaur, with the Storm, as we saw coming out from them there. Now maybe with Shadow Shaman is having 6 on Jerax here, they can start doing that split push a little bit better, but yeah, they have to watch out right now. This is not a good time for OG to be at this kind of deficit, almost losing their tier 3. Defensive wards need to be placed up for OG so they can see those pushes coming out preemptively.
MidorFeed, if they see a chance to go for that sort of just down lane again, it's going to be hard, and they're looking to set up for you know, the kill to transition into a push. They've smoked up. They know if they can find a big pick off, they can find a big push. Notel, he's coming close.
He saw
He
it
does.
for a second.
He's in.
I think as soon as they see
They may
that,
still be in trouble though.
no.
Cancel gets the wraparound. He's got the chains into the Fiend's Grip from Sinner, and Notel. Nice Radiant.
That's a big pick. I think they already have to start setting up for top. They throw the wards mid, and then they have to either cut the wave top or just react with every single one of their heroes. They can't let MidorFeed knock on their front door.
Radiant's middle tower.
Tower.
Here's
They are
that
not
push.
in a good place right now. They have the DD on the storm right now, on top of Treads with Kai.
I mean, this tier 3 for sure is going down at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Rezo. Rezo trying to lead in on Tamado. Tombstone's down. Rezo getting decayed. The ult on him dying. We are moving forward. The heal to Tamado. Council trying to chase him to the chains connection, but Jarek's to fly back up. Tier 3 is down. MidorFeed, they're eyeing up the racks. Council trying to see if he can get a catch with the chains. Forced him Remnant out. Gets himself back to safety. Resolution has been enfeebled. OG are there. Maytel's back as well to hold the defense. They will be able to take the Tombstone down. Force MidorFeed to back up, but that's the tier 3 gone. Slowly but surely losing elements of the base OG. They need to make big plays with S4 and his Houston. They have to have that sort of catch.
They just can't really mess with Tamado at the moment. He is way too strong. 1700 HP on top of a hood. They don't have the damage to bring him down unless he's completely isolated. MidorFeed now, Kezu. Goes down bottom, but they still want to perch themselves up top. They want to keep that threat going there for OG to not be able to just split up the map. MidorFeed's actually doing a really good job of limiting OG's resources.
Because they know if they keep putting the pressure on up top, there's no way that OG can sort of get a search party together to go and hunt down this split pushing nature's prophet.
Exactly.
And with that in mind, there's no way that OG can sort of get the farm back up to catch up unless they're able to break apart this sort of group up from MidorFeed up top.
And Rezo, they're going to be duking it out a bit bottom.
Rezo doesn't have too much mana. Just have to be careful. He will go for the zip TP out. We'll save him. He'll lane though. MidorFeed move in. Get the push onto this tier 1 town. Motel's going to lead in, start to look for some sort of fight, but Tamado, as you see on the front line, very beefy. Doesn't care at all about any sort of jump from OG, and OG know that they can't initiate on this Timbersaw. They have to catch someone else.
OG has very minimal team fight. It's pretty much Centaur stomp with roster spells. They have to have every single hero there. There is a regen rune bottom for Rezo. That could be one of the key successes for them to actually take one of these upcoming fights. Look at Tamado. No fear, just standing on the front lines there, just getting those reactive armor stacks up. They can't go for those kind of pickups. Cancel. Again, going towards top, gonna clean up these spider rings. Gonna get a lot of gold from them too. Noto not gonna micro them away.
Regeneration.
Kezu as well. Taking shrine after shrine.
G, they're smoked up here. Tamado gets in.
It's so hard to go on this Timbersaw. They're gonna try it. But they want to go behind it, and they might just behind it. S4 gets the jump in. Big Hoof stops to start off. Finds the Cinder in vain now. Moving across for more. They claim Weehar's life. Turn towards Tamado. Now with the 2 supports down. They've got a much better chance of breaking down Tamado. Tries to timber chain away, but the vortex is there from Rezo. That is the sort of fight they take. He saw. Oh, it may not be over yet. They're looking. It's a cancel. Should be fine.
Sind is in some trouble here. That was a buyback as well.
It was a buyback from Sin. That is what OG are looking for, to break through the front line. I think what we saw about 2 heroes, just control the Timbersaw. The rest of the team, bam, jumped around and just get, whether it's Cinder or Weehart is fine. They're the 2 supports, but as long as you can get some sort of kill to start things off, yeah, you can take these team fights. Of course, they do lose a bit of base damage. Whilst it was going on, I believe the creeps or treants and whatnot, they did take the range racks top. So they do lose a little bit in that sense.
But that's exactly the way OG needs to take the fight. Like you said, they saw Sind, both Rezo and S4 jumped on him, instantly killed him, and then the fight becomes a 4v5. As long as they can isolate the Timbersaw, that's when they can kill him. But as for just head up killing him, they still can if there's teammates behind him. Weeha as well has gone for the drums. Just all early game items coming out from MidorFeed. They have to keep this advantage going. They can't let OG stall this game out for the Storm Spirit.
Orchid nearly there for Kezu.
Dire's middle tower
A bit of a worry for Reza.
OG, like, it's really tough though. For both sides, they can't really make mistakes in the next upcoming few minutes. One big mistake can just cost the game on either side.
Towards Tamado. Showing the rest of the team behind him, same to be said for MidorFeed as they're smoked up. They're waiting for that sort of initiation. Cancel heads forward. Thinking about starting things off. Remnants across. Looking for the cancel on the no-toe. Not going to find it. Stampede there. Gets the Gusto on 2. Rezo with a follow-up. Gets the 2 kills. Killing spree for no-tail. And now they turn towards Tomato. They split MidorFeed apart. Kezu's trying to TP away, but Rezo's in there with the Vortex. Dragging him back. Beating down Kezu. Gets the 3rd kill. And Tomato, he ain't getting out either. The Who Stomps there from S4. And again, S4, the patience. And then seeing that opportunity to come in, get that 2-man Who Stomp. He's done it both times in these fights. When OG had been behind, S4 stepped up, and he's getting those jumps that they need.
Sind and Weehawk can't be standing together in those situations. They get caught out, and that's the team fight. That's literally the team fight for MidorFeed. If those 2 die, there's no way that they can take a fight versus OG. With that Bloodlusted Storm and Bloodlusted Broodmother, they have the damage. But now, this Roche not going as fast as they want.
Can still is there. Can they make some sort of big play? Yeah, OG know this is risky. They had to back off. Look how low resolution is. He barely had enough mana to sit back up to the high ground.
MidorFeed might just get this Roche now.
I think they may want to. They've got Kezu. They've got the Treants. They can do it very safely themselves with the Treants tanking. And they will move back into the pit. OG, they need to somehow refuel Rezo back up and get him over if they want to contest it. And he is having to take the long walk back to base. He does have a TP, but guess what they don't have? There's no shrine there.
Yeah,
he can come over to the tier 2 mid, but yeah, with Kezu taking the shrine earlier, it may even be impossible for Rezo to get it. The rest of OG trying to buy as much time as they can to allow them to get in. And, you know, Rezo back in on the action.
MidorFeed's not showing any time. They need the Nature Prophet to be hitting that for them to actually have.
Tomato
gets bashed up, and they're going to on him now.
He's trying to finish it out, but the bash there, the Nightmare's there. Bombskin buying some time, gets round 2 off the Timber Case. Cinder goes for the Beam Script, but Rezo straight on top of the vein, takes down Cinder, and Jarex moves forward. He's got the Hex. Shaman Wall's down as well. Weehaw's gone. Mega kill streak for No-Tail, and Cancel. He remnants it in on this one. He's trying to get back out. He's got the Sleight of Fist and Remnant. Jarex still alive for now. Rezo jumping up. Tomato is trying to finish off Jarex, but Jarex, he's got the Hex, holding Tomato back. Tomato goes for the Chakra and will cut down Jarex, and they do lose Fly as well. But overall, No-Tail and Rezo still alive. Rezo low on the mana, but No-Tail, he's giving Cancel the rundown, and he does not have any Remnants. The Radiance burn, nearly doing it. So we have one left, but indeed Rezo was there ready and waiting with the Remnant that he'd already put out in the pit. And with that, OG will take Roshan. Tomato's there, but he can't get in time, and in fact, he may... If he gets chased down, a Blink Who Stomp could have caused issues. Still maybe a lack of damage to do so, but that's scary for MidorFeed. Big fights, big plays from OG.
Oh, that's such a costly situation now. Now Storm has Bloodstone finished up on top of Kaya with the Aegis. I don't want to say it just yet, but they may have lost their time window here versus this OG lineup. They have to keep trying to get this threat.
On the XP and the gold, it just bam, swings right around into the hands of OG.
Yeah, Jarex with Force Staff and Blink Dagger now soon.
He made some very, very nice gold plays there.
Yeah, the instant Hex onto Weehaw, Weehaw unable to really get much off, and the Tombstone was already committed before that fight started too, so they didn't have their big team fight abilities for MidorFeed. It's looking really scary now for MidorFeed, honestly. Like, they need to just be able to keep threatening towers and have vision of where OG is going. And this was the big one that happened there. That 2-man stomp.
S4.
Absolutely perfect.
The master of just finding those sort of jumps, regardless of what hero you put him on. You can rely on him to start the fight in a good way.
Yeah.
Just no hope for MidorFeed in a fight like that when it kicks off as it does.
It's gonna get harder and harder for them too, for the reasons that we mentioned earlier in the panel was talking about. The lack of disabled versus Storm Spirit. When he's online, he is now online. He's got Bloodstone, Kaya. They're looking to just smoke and take these engagements. They can't allow MidorFeed to knock at their front doors. And I mean, the later this game goes, it's just heavily OG favor.
Radiant's top tower needs bandages.
What they can get done here.
Giving the wraparound.
They are giving them the long wraparound. So they can catch Rezo's already in. He goes straight away with the Vortex. Drags in Cinder, and that's the Bane down. Stampede pop. They do lose a second. Kezu's fallen. And OG, they're going for more. As soon as they pick apart the team, they can just continue to wipe them out methodically, piece by piece. Tomato down as well. These team fights proving to be incredibly easy for OG now.
Yeah, I really think MidorFeed lost their time window. That Roche had to go in their favor. I don't know how they can deal with brute force coming out from OG.
Some say Synderen lost his time window a few teams ago, but in this game, it's looking rough. S4. so I love Synderen.
I can't even look at you now.
I love you, Synderen. Come and cast again.
S4. He's looking aggressive. They're closing the gap. Rezo's jumping in. Level 18. 19 Bloodstone charges. And cancel. There's Jarex.
There's the Hex into the shackles. OG's in. Oh, Rezo's got no mana, so he'll have to make the long walk over. And cancel off the back of that will be far worse. He'll be fine. Hotel's trying to give him the rundown. Turns towards Tomato. Beam script there for Synderen. Oh, but the instant Hex from Jarex saving the Spider.
He will pay with his
A
life.
selfless play from Jarex,
No.
but it
Like-
gets no tail out of there.
He had to save his buddy.
Yeah, he had to. Otherwise, he might have been kicked.
No, he's secure.
He's safe.
Stormster getting out of control. 6k gold lead for OG. 15,000 experience lead. That's what experience actually is.
This is so hard to recover for MidorFeed, as OG certainly seem to be on the verge of securing 2 of those 4 victories they need today to make it to the major.
This was scary for a moment, though.
It was early on was a little bit ooh and ah.
Yeah, especially because of Kezu's idea to take that shrine was really nice. But now, they can't take head-on fights versus this OG lineup. Every single time, S4 finds the heroes that they... the perfect hero, honestly. Rezo and him jump on poor Synderen. Synderen dies. The control isn't there for the fights. And then Rezo jumps for Nature's Prophet, and they just can't really do much about it. They can't deal with it once he's at this point. Orchid is finished up on Kezu.
Okay. He's got to have some super close silence with that. And even at that, just the way that OG's playing around each other, it's going to be very hard for MidorFeed to silence someone and take them out before the rest of the team reaction. Oh, here comes Rezo. Zip zapping in on Tomato. Drags it back with the Vortex. There's the silence. With that by sometimes turn around with the Force and the Stampede's there. Resolution's fine. And in fact, they want to try and get back in. Esco will be held back by the Chains and Remnant.
No-Tail's taking top at the meanwhile, too. They actually have to port and react and just let whoever's there just die off.
I mean, No-Tail, to be fair to man, he's been absolutely crushing this game. He's had a few rough ones, but this time round, he gets the Radiance. He's farmed an absolute treat, and he's had a good impact in the fights as well. He's 8-1 and 6 on the Broodmother. And here's Silence, goes to TP out, and he'll make it. Goodbye. Back to safety. Same can't be said, though, for the Ember Spirit. Cancel. As he gets caught out once again by S4.
And there's an Orchid now on Rezo, so cancel. Anytime he shows, he's gonna get Orchid up and killed instantly. Same thing kind of goes for the Timber Saw until he has Lotus Sword finished up. They just have much easier ways to get these kills up.
See what they can do now. 26-14 OG with quite the lead in their cause. Looking good. Rezo. He's keeping the Aegis.
He's keeping the Aegis regen.
He's keeping the Aegis regen as long as he can to set up for the kill. Silence onto Kezu. Another pick up for Rezo. He's up to 22 Bloodstone charges. Doing pretty good for himself.
The fact that Storm is involved in 24 out of the 27 kills shows just how important it was for him to catch back up.
And just how well Rezo's playing today. I mean, he was not having a good time in the lane this game, but now, 26 minutes in, he's 11-2 and 14.
He's jumping across the whole map looking for kills.
Oh my goodness. Rezo, he wants that major spot. He really does.
Oh, and look what Rune's bottom.
Oh, I'll take that.
Lovely.
That's fine.
24 Bloodstone charges, 60 mana per second. And, oh, a regen rune. And he's gonna now go on Tomato. He's ready.
Oh, here we go. Where's the zip?
He goes.
And he goes with the silence. Jackson Tomato. Rezo, he wants another kill. And that man, he'll get another kill. Beyond godlike for resolution. I mean, they should start preparing his hotel room already in Sweden. As Rezo, he is doing everything to get that.
This game's in the bag. 14k gold lead. That succession of kills and team fights.
Yeah.
OG just executing them perfectly.
Look at that. Graph is a bit of a sad story indeed for MidorFeed.
Radiant's bottom tower has uninvited guests.
Latch. Last effort. Smoke up. Don't show on the map because Rezo will jump you from across
Radiant's
the opposite
bottom
side.
tower is under attack.
See what they can do here. Hotel in a little jeep. Cinnamon has got the beam strip. Oh, Rezo Rezo, look at the damage from that zip. Comes in, instantly wipes too. He has been silenced, but he will be fine. He's still got enough to zip back out. And if anything, they could look to re-engage if they see a chance. He fly turns for the fire blast, holding back, cancel Tomato, look for the chakram, but Rezo, indeed, he just goes back in onto the Timber Store with the Orchid, takes him down. Tomato will get the chance to deny himself, but the rest of Sinner and Steam are just being picked apart, piece by piece. Back to the base, Cancel tries to make it, but Fly goes in, Rezo looking for the kill. Ooh!
Uphill miss.
Uphill miss. RNG against Rezo.
Oh, but the fire Cancel be fine. But they killed him on the back.
And GG is scored. It is all over, ladies and gentlemen, as
Oh,
OG
man.
complete part one of their trip to the major as they get the clean 2s against MidorFeed. One more series stands in their way, and it, without a doubt, will be the more challenging one.
This one I wouldn't say so clean, but
Sure.
they did do it. You know, it was
The start was
it was looking very scary for a moment,
Yeah.
but they just took some really good head-on fights. They contested with all 5 heroes.